In the aftermath of the 2024 election, America is even more divided than before. Half the country fears the end of democracy, and the other half welcomes it. As America inches toward the brink of authoritarian rule, now more than ever, we must force ourselves to have the necessary conversation. Welcome to the Necessary Conversation. I'm Chad Culture. With me today is my sister Haley and no one else. My parents are indisposed, shall we say. My mom had to destroy their dog that they've had for 12 years or so this week.
14.
14 years. She had to do that a couple of days ago. Kitty now dances with the angels. Kitty Cat Sugar Bear. God rest her mortal soul. But my mom is not doing well with it, so she's taking this weekend off, and my dad has fallen down. But he was able to get back up with some aid, I suppose. So he's resting as well. They're both in bad shape, both emotionally and physically, banged up. And so it's just going to be me and Haley this week, which I think is going to be an interesting episode. I went back and listened to your very first episode in preparation for this, which was aired on August 29th. 2022. 3 years ago, over 3 years ago at this point.
I don't remember what I said.
Well, it was basically, I encourage everybody to go back and listen to the first 3 episodes of this podcast, by the way, that are only audio. They are individual interviews with my mom, my dad, and Haley. And it kind of, all 3 of them talk about early political leanings, why we feel the way we do, why we think the way we do, and what we kind of think about each other. And what it really kind of like laid out for me is it gave you and me an interesting opportunity to talk about our relationship with mom and dad without them right there in our face yelling at us. So hopefully we're going to get to a little bit of that today as well. But I wanted to start off this show by asking you, how do you think the show is going? How has it affected your life in the past 3 years to do this?
I do think it has had a positive effect on, like, I talk to mom every day. I talk to mom almost every day.
Yeah, same.
Prior
I'm
to
in that same group chat. I mean,
no, I call her every day.
wait, okay, hang on a minute. For those who don't know, our mom has now taken to sending us these rambling voice notes that get translated into text that are, I don't even know how, I mean, they're 500
Yeah.
words a piece.
It's just
We're
an
getting
onslaught
10
of
of them a
yeah.
day. It's like, I'm going to the barn with Shiny. Oh my God, I can't, what's going on? It's wild. I read every word of them.
Yeah.
But beyond those messages, you're also calling her and talking to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I talk to maybe not every day, but certainly like 3 times a week.
Jesus. I talk to her about every other week maybe on the phone.
No,
Because we do this. We talk to her here as well.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of shit going on with dad, a lot of shit going on with Kitty, and like she's got all the barn drama. So I have my own shit going on. So I talk to her at least, I would say at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay. And that wasn't the case prior to us doing the show.
No, we were not talking, like, at all. I had no idea what was going on with them, period. So yeah, it's changed that. I don't know. And dad's not, like, when I went to help them with his hip and all that shit, like, he was not an asshole to me. There wasn't, I don't know, I didn't feel the rage. But when we get on the pod, like, it all suddenly comes back, like, oh, there you are. There he is.
There's Daddy.
There's Dad. So I don't know. It's I think we've benefited from it.
Okay. What do people in your life think about this show?
So there are a few people who are close to me that I am with every day.
This is your husband and children?
No.
I
am.
Fuck them.
No. They understand it's my family. They're my parents. They're the kids' grandparents. They get mad, at some of the shit that they say. And it's, I think, hard for them to take in. But ultimately, they are our family. And so they get it. They know why we're doing this. People that I am friends with outside of my family they kind of think I'm insane, but they get it because,
Hmm.
again, like it's my mom and dad. Some of them have had like similar experiences, with like really abusive parents that they have had to cut off, and
Yeah.
so they get where I'm coming from. I
Hmm.
think no one in my friend circle would probably still be talking to their parents if this was the case.
For sure.
So they think I'm crazy a little
Hmm.
bit for doing it. Customers that come into the bakery are like, man, I listened to the pod and I don't know how you do it. They're like,
Yeah.
I had to stop listening, or like, my parents are that way and I cut them off. So I hear from literal like people I don't even fucking know coming into the bakery and like, oh shit, heard that last pod. Don't know how you do it. How do you not
Yeah.
cry yourself to sleep every night? I'm like, I'm just fucking used to it.
Do you think you're getting like recognized around your town more now with the podcast than you were prior, or is it about the same?
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Today at the fucking grocery store, they're like, I bought a shirt, love the pod. It used to
Nice.
just be like, I love your baked goods. Now it's like, those fucking parents, though.
Yeah, I was in
uh,
Chipotle the other day and it happened to me.
yeah, yeah. It resonates. I
Uh-huh.
think like a lot of people are experiencing same shit. So I
Okay.
don't know, makes them feel less alone, I guess.
Is there any part of you that has regret at doing this?
No,
Or that you are like, "Ah, I don't want to do this anymore."
no.
I agree. Same. Okay. Those were all my questions kind of about the show itself, how it's affecting your life. Or let
Mhm.
me ask you one more question, actually. Do you think there's anything we should be doing on the show that we're not?
In feedback from people who listen to the show, they do like when we talk about our family
Hmm.
more and not politics all the time.
Yeah.
But the nature of the show, is to hash out our political differences and try to like, I think, pull mom out of the dark side.
Yeah.
So that is ingrained in like what this show is. But maybe we do an episode from time to time where it's just like us being a family
The
talking about normal
yeah,
shit.
here's the thing about that. We've done anytime we start veering into like certain family shit, mom and dad get oh,
Defensive.
yes,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to actually talk about real family shit. You remember the thing with
Yeah.
I forget who it was or how it came up, but we talked about somebody that was a cousin of ours, and it blew up into a little family drama, and mom and dad got pissed, and I had to that was the only time I ever edited something out of an episode,
Hmm.
and it had nothing to do with a political view. It was just like, I don't want that shit in our fucking podcast. All
Yeah,
right, I'll take it out.
it's kind of like a little bit of covert narcissism, like we got a
Covert.
little,
Holy shit. Okay.
they can't. I don't know, because like not every, but a lot of childhood memories, revolve around something that was kind of like traumatic, that caused
Sure.
trauma for
Of
us.
course. Of course.
So, like in bringing up anecdotes, it kind of always circles back to, well, mom and dad did some crazy shit when we were kids that I thought was normal that wasn't. So,
Totally thought that was normal, or even like I laugh at some of the shit now. I remember used to do this other podcast called Dudesy, and I remember telling a story on Dudesy of when dad used to come in. I would be like taking a bath as a little kid,
hmm,
6 or 7 years old, and he'd come in and pour beer on my head.
yeah,
And I told that as like, isn't that funny? Ha ha ha. And my co host on that show, Will, was like, I'm
no.
sorry, dude, you were abused. And I was like, what? That was hilarious. So my memory
The
of these things even is like skewed to be like, dad was a jokester.
that was the way I remember that was that he read somewhere, or like his great grandma or some shit used to wash his hair with beer when he was a kid.
Sure.
And so that's how that came about. He was washing our hair with beer. I don't
I
know.
guess. I just remember him pouring beers on my head when I was in the
Yeah, I
tub, being
remember
like, well,
that.
I guess this is normal.
Yep.
But yeah, I remember definitely there were a few times as a kid, um, one very specifically, I was at a friend's house who I now still play Dungeons and Dragons with on Zoom every Saturday, and we broke this vase in his
Oh,
upstairs living room. We were fucking around, throwing pillows or something at each other, just like teenage boy shit. And we broke this vase. And his mom
mhm.
wasn't home, but his dad was. And I was just like, well, his dad's gonna kick the shit out of us now. That's how
Yeah.
that's gonna go. And his dad was like, "What did you guys do? Oh my God, clean this up. I'll go to the store and get a new one and we'll have this fixed before your mom gets home. And I was just like, huh?
Yeah.
What? And that
Yeah.
was my first kind of like, oh shit, maybe what we do at home isn't really what other families do at home.
No. Yeah. And
I
that
mean, it
was
was like, dude, does he pour beer on your head? No, I did not say that, but
no. That was our yeah. I mean, that was us growing up. Like,
yeah.
what do you mean your dad doesn't make you so like I would go to high school early in the morning, practice softball, take a
Mhm.
shower, go to school, do the whole thing. Then I would have like after school practice, sometimes 2 a days or whatever. I wouldn't get home until like 6:30. I would have to then get in the car with dad, drive 45 minutes down the road to then practice softball again for another like 2.5 hours. That was my life. And I was like, well,
Same.
that's normal, right? Like the reason we are workhorses now is because we were raised to be them then.
Of
And
course.
a very large part of me is grateful for it. But like looking back, and you know how sports was with us and
Hmm.
dad,
It
it
was like
was abuse.
gladiator school.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
know
it
how
was
that was.
nuts. Yeah.
None of that was fucking normal. But like, and it's fucking sick, but like it made me an overachiever. It made me
100%.
who I am. And so it's like without that, would I be here? Would I be successful now? I don't know.
I think about this all the time because it was like for sure we were abused.
Hmm.
And I guess like on a per person level, it's like, what do you do with that? How do you reconcile that as an adult when you have enough like wherewithal and kind of distance from it to look back at it? And I'm not saying it was good, but I'm
Yeah.
saying our reaction to it was because I think if there's any, it wasn't like malicious. I don't think the abuse. I think it
No.
was like a byproduct of him being raised in an environment where he didn't understand how to show love because it was never shown to him. And so
Right.
for him, that expression of loving his children was like being involved in every second of their lives. And
Hmm.
fucking for him, sports was kind of the only thing he knew. So it was like drilling us with that again and again and again at the cost of like high degree of anger if there were mistakes made. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Which everybody makes mistakes, especially kids learning sports and stuff. But I definitely remember moments of like after a baseball game, and this would be like Little League, whether we won or lost,
Yes.
I'm
All the way home.
staying after the game.
Yeah.
All the other kids and their parents are leaving. We are now on the baseball field until they turn off the fucking lights at that
Yeah.
place. And he's got me up against a backstop, just fucking hitting
Drilling you. Yeah.
line drives at me as hard as he can from the pitcher's mound. And it's like in retrospect, that's fucking crazy. And I remember hating it, dreading it, fearing it, all of that.
Yes.
But it also did at some point flip the switch in my head where I'm now like, there was a piece of me even then that was like, all these other fucking kids went home.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Exactly.
It turns you into a like, I can do
Machine.
anything. Are you
Hmm.
fucking kidding me?
Hmm.
So, there's some benefit to have been taken from it. At what cost, I don't know, because we are who we are. There's no way to like go back and relive that era
Yeah.
of our lives.
Yeah.
But I tend to agree with you that I think our work ethic comes from that, from what he did to us
I
as
mean, it's
children.
not it's not coincidental. It cannot be
I
because we are
agree.
both, in my opinion, like wildly successful at two very different things. And
Hmm.
I'm constantly kind of striving for like what's next, what's next. I'm never satisfied. I
Same.
can't like it's the only thing that keeps me like happy in quotes is
Yeah.
like chasing something else, something bigger. There's always something
Yep.
on the horizon. And I do think that is dad like instilled that in us.
I think so too.
um, because, like you said, I'd get fucking reamed for just missing a ground ball or something,
Yeah.
uh, all the way home for
Hmm.
45 minutes, the finger to the chest, and
Absolutely.
you
Just
know,
screaming.
yeah, yeah, and it never like beat me down to where I guess I didn't believe in myself or I questioned myself. It was
Hmm.
like, all right, motherfucker, like next game I'm gonna hit a fucking home run, and it just made me like, oh, you don't. All the people around me like, oh, you can't do that. You don't think I can fucking do that? I can do it 3 times. So it
Yeah.
kind of like it made me a maniac, I think. And
Yeah.
you can't tell me no. You can't tell me what to do. My dad used to fucking hit line drives at my face. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it definitely made me fear no other human being because I was
correct,
like, you don't know what I'm dealing with at home.
correct. Yes,
But
it's true. It's
that
it's why it's why like in high school people struggle with like following the crowd and like
mm,
peer pressure and not really loving yourself and that shit. I was like, fuck that. I fucking love me.
mm,
I'm awesome. Get out of my fucking way. And it's because dad always taught me like you're better than everybody on the fucking field. In fact, making me play baseball with boys.
mm-hmm.
It was like you're
Yeah.
better than that. You can do that. And I believed it. And like
Mm-hmm.
to this day I'm like, fuck it. I can literally do anything.
Yeah, I mean, there was some, I guess it hit me in that way too, I think, but also in those long car rides home, just getting screamed at. I remember there was one game I went 4 for 4, but
Mhm.
I didn't turn one of the singles into a double, and that was
Oh.
it. That was like my only transgression in his mind, and
Yes.
just fucking screaming at me for
Yeah.
the whole ride home. And in those moments, I would like dissociate sometimes and go into like fantasy worlds. And the first book I ever wrote, which was, I think I was maybe a freshman in high school, was this
Mhm.
weird, big, sprawling fantasy epic that most of the writing I did for it
In the
was
car.
during getting screamed at by dad. I would just be visiting this weird world with my
Yeah.
little creatures in it and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a hard thing to say that maybe something good came out of all that shit,
Yeah.
but maybe it did. You
I
know?
think, I mean, it did.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
did.
I agree. So let me ask you this: we're kind of talking about how the show has affected us and stuff. What do you think the effect has been on mom and dad? Dad seems to be getting angrier, if possible.
Uh, Mom, it's helping mom a lot, I think.
Yeah.
She's like admitting that things are wrong or like, oh, maybe I question that. So I see a difference in mom. Dad's just getting angrier. I don't know if it's the show or dementia or I don't know,
Yeah.
pain levels. Like he's got a lot of like medical shit happening right
Hmm.
now. So I don't know if that is part of why he's so fucking mad all the time. But I don't think the show is helping him.
I don't either. But what's to be done about that? Well, let me ask you on the back of that. How concerned are you about the medical shit going on with dad?
A lot.
Me too.
Like I feel like he's in decline. Like once somebody, you read all the time that the thing that like all these super agers, they're
Hmm.
busy, like they're
Yeah.
active. They're lifting weights, they're swimming, they're cooking,
Yes.
they have all these hobbies, like 95-year-olds like going for 2-mile walks and
Hmm.
lifting weights and shit. Dad stopped moving when he retired and like we have seen the decline I think pretty dramatically.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I am very concerned. He doesn't like move enough. He's not active.
Yeah, he just
So
sits in that chair.
yeah, it's a concern.
I agree. And I don't know what's to be done about that necessarily. I try to get mom to even just have him like sit in that chair and like lift his legs up a couple of times a day.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's he doesn't even do that.
yeah.
I don't know. It is concerning. What do you think you read the comments for the show?
Sometimes.
And what is your reaction to them?
Mm, I don't know. I just have an indifference toward comments now. It
Hmm.
doesn't. They do not affect me.
It
Uh,
they kind of like on the back of what we were just talking about with dad's abuse of us and shit. I like the bad comments.
Me too. Yeah, it kind of fuels a fire.
Yes, it's like
Uh,
fuck you. Stop
yeah,
giving them a platform.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
Nope.
yeah. Well, I do, and it coincides with like what I get at my bakery, the
Hmm.
comments on my bakery page. And in the beginning, it was like, damn, that's pretty hurtful. But as I kept reading them and just like absorbing them, it was like, I literally love this part of it. I love
Hmm.
it. Fucking at me
Yeah.
all the time. It doesn't hurt me.
Same. I'm immune to it, and maybe that's also a gift from the
It
abusive years
is.
of dad. I don't know.
It is. I mean, he's called us every name under the
Yeah.
fucking sun. You can't
Exactly.
hurt me.
Exactly.
You
A fucking
can't fucking
anonymous
hurt me.
comment from burner account one two three
Yeah.
four saying like you're platforming hate.
Yeah.
It's like you
I don't
don't.
give a fuck.
Come on.
Yeah.
Also, I just don't like. I completely disagree with that comment. I know we've talked about this on the show before, but
Mhm.
like, I don't
Yeah.
believe in the idea of like deplatforming or whatever.
Yeah.
Every human being on this planet has some way of thinking about their experience here in
Mhm.
every area: politics, religion, life, whatever, love,
Yeah.
all of it. I don't think anybody should be afraid of hearing someone else's opinion.
Correct.
I don't get that. It's like if you disagree with it, fine. And even in the case of like making media about it, as we're doing here, it's like don't watch it or don't listen to it if it's not for you.
Exactly.
This show is
Exactly.
not for everyone.
Right.
That's a very clear thing. We're not trying to make this to have broad general appeal. That would be great if it happened,
Yeah.
but like we are making the show, at least I am. My kind of goal behind it is to reestablish this relationship with our parents, which we've already kind of
Hmm.
talked about is happening, but also to document what I firmly believe is like the average view of a MAGA voter. I
Yeah.
think there are a lot of liberal people who do not know what goes on in the minds of MAGA. And
Yeah.
when you have parents who are MAGA, it's like we do know. We talk to them. And I think
Hmm.
it's important for people who don't get like, this is how they think. Our dad is talking about genocide, that he's in
Right.
favor of it. Or last week he was talking about how he wouldn't give up his gun even if it would save like the life of one child. Like
Right.
when you hear him say that kind of shit, it's hard for me to, I mean, talk about dissociation in those conversations. Sometimes I'm just like, there's no fucking way he really thinks this. So why is he
Correct.
saying it?
Right.
What do you think about when he says that shit? Does he really believe these things?
I don't know. Because I know, growing up, like he has always been racist and, had like really fucking terrible views on things. But I'm like, I have to believe that some of this is like him just kind of riffing off of the conversation and just being an asshole. Like, I don't really believe that he wants children to die. Like, I just can't believe that. It
You
can't be
know,
real.
I'll say this. When I must have been 15 or 16, in that range somewhere. I remember it was approaching Christmas, and this is when we lived in Louisville, and I had to go get some Christmas present for whoever, maybe my girlfriend at the time, I don't even remember. But he
Hmm.
was taking me to the mall, to Vista Ridge to go do this. And we pull into the parking lot and it's super crowded. And I just remember, like, this is such an indelible memory. He's like, there's so many fucking people here. It'd be great to just pop out and drop a few of them. And I was like, what? And he's like, you just go in there and take out as many of them as you can. That'd be fun
Yeah.
as hell. And I
Yeah.
was just like, okay, so I'm gonna go get a
Yeah.
Cinnabon. I'll meet you back. You know, um, it was fucking wild. But like he said that type of shit. This kind of like anti-societal messaging
Hmm.
has like really always been a part of him. And maybe it's gotten
Yeah.
more extreme now. But I think he does believe this shit. I don't think it's like a put on or something. I get that DM from time to time too. Your dad's he's reading a script. He's playing a character. I'm like, there is no script.
No.
Is he playing a character? Is he like, is there some piece of him that's like, I'm on this show and they think I'm funny. Let me say this crazy shit.
Yeah.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know. It is hard to hear him say some of the shit. So in my mind, it's like he just can't believe that.
Yeah.
Um, but that is our dad. Like that is our dad. The shit that he says when we're all home together, even out in public, like I'm always afraid he's gonna get his ass beat. He
He's too
says
old.
shit out in public that's like wild.
Yeah. And kind of on purpose. And I think that that's kind of like that attitude we were talking about earlier of like fuck everybody, I can do
Yeah.
whatever I want.
Yeah.
He's got it. Also, that was
He's just
imparted unto us, but I
yeah.
think we are using it to different ends or coming at it with a different angle, It's a
Correct.
similar kind of like it's not even an ideology, it's almost just like a personal relationship with the world around you that
Hmm.
is kind of adversarial. I mean, mom and dad obviously have that, and I
Yeah.
think we have it too. But we use it as like a motivation to create art, essentially,
Right.
and dad just uses it as a way to like say fuck you to everybody. I guess I don't know. What do you think, mom and dad? I know mom sometimes reads the comments. She obviously in our little text
Yeah.
message thread talks
Yeah.
about like she got this one or that one or whatever. She'll
Hmm.
screenshot them sometimes. I don't believe dad does, but he must be roughly aware through mom of how people are reacting to the show. What do you
Yeah.
think their reaction to it is? What do you think mom and dad feel about how people are receiving this?
Dad doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Does not give a shit. Mom is affected by it. She gets emotional because,
Mm.
we'll tell her just don't fucking read it, don't pay attention. She's like, you're right, you're right. And then 3 days later, look what this bitch said. So it's clearly always going to bother her. I don't think she'll ever not be bothered by it,
Yeah,
like
I
ever.
agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
because it either hits real fast that like, oh fuck you, I don't care, or like, it affects you, and it is affecting mom. So, uh it's just part of it for her. I don't know. That's part
Mm.
of this ride for her. She's gonna have to just, I guess, get over it, but I don't know if she ever will. It affects
Well,
her.
speaking of her being affected, do you think the show is working on her? Is she starting to crack?
Yeah. Yeah. Dad keeps her under duress, okay?
I know.
She's
I
like,
don't mean to laugh at that either because it's
yeah.
fucking terrible. But like, what else can
Yeah.
we do at this
She's
point?
living in duress.
That she sent us a picture, which I will not post, a few days ago. In between my dad having all these medical issues and sleeping in
Yeah.
this chair and Kitty being up 24 hours a day and all this, she was getting like no sleep, like 2 hours a night. And she sent us a photograph of herself one morning that was like,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
It was really sad. Yeah.
It
I
was.
I constantly feel bad for mom.
Me too.
Like, can we hire somebody to help you? Can we I mean, I have always told her like I can come back and help you whenever you need
Mm,
help. But she is also a martyr.
of
She just
course.
is. And so,
Yeah.
no, no, no. I almost had to like force myself to go there for like some of the hip shit. And I was like, you can't do this alone. Um, I think mom actually might be a super ager though. I think she might make it to like 100. Um, think about this. She's riding horses. She lifts bales of hay that are like 50 pounds almost every
Hmm.
day. She takes like a 2-mile walk every day. Mom hasn't stopped. Like
Yeah,
she
I know.
always moving. She's taking care of dad, the fucking dog,
Yeah.
sleeping. She's still with it, active. Her mind is all there.
Yeah, I
Um,
totally agree.
she just has like this dad kind of and
Got a boulder
it's
chained to her ankle that's screaming at her.
I feel bad for her. I
So do
I
I.
I really do. I think that in it is dad that just festers like
Hmm.
the anger and mom, 'cause she's not an angry person.
I'm
She's
telling
like
you,
a
not an angry person. It's also like Newsmax is on their TV 24 hours a
yep,
day. If dad's
yeah,
not there, that ain't the case.
yeah,
I think without dad, mom would revert to just kind of like she really at heart, I think she's almost like a hippie,
yes.
you know? I
My
think she would,
butterflies, my dog. Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
That would be it. She would just be this sweet old lady who is planting butterfly plants in her backyard and tracking butterflies on the internet. Like,
yeah. I know. I think about a TikTok, a mom TikTok, like
mm,
just completely politically unrelated.
mm-hmm.
People would love her.
Yeah,
They would love
totally.
mom. She's funny as shit and like weird and just kind of
Mm-hmm.
hippy dippy and
I
what
encourage you to look at where's my phone? I encourage everybody out there to go look at my mom's Instagram account. If you want to see like some
art.
weird shit, she makes posts of it's primarily like her pets and stuff, but I'm gonna look at the amount of posts. How many posts do you think mom has posted on Instagram?
I mean, it's like 3 a day, so I don't know, a
It's
lot.
more than that.
Thousands,
Yeah.
in the tens of thousands.
15.9 thousand posts on her Instagram.
Yeah.
Average people have like 500 or something.
Yeah.
It's compulsive. And I remember when I was back in my compulsive squirrel photography days,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is crazy. I'm a maniac. Why am I doing this? But I can't help it. I like it. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. Then I looked at her Instagram account and it was like 15,000 posts of horses and butterflies. And I was like, oh, I see where I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have not fallen that far from the
But
tree.
I don't mind it. I like it. I like that she's still tech savvy. I like that she
Yep.
makes her weird art with like whatever apps she's got. Like this is important, It's why I'm telling you she's a super ager. She's
Yeah.
still fucking with it. Um I don't know. She just seems really unhappy right now. I hate it.
Same.
I feel like here in a minute we need to try to get her to California to see the butterfly migration.
I 100% agree. I'm in for that trip.
Yeah, so I need to look up time frames and like when that actually transpires, and then I would like to get mom to LA, and then we can like go do that shit.
What are we going to do with dad?
May have to have Sita babysit him. I don't know.
Speaking of, let's not, wish this possibly, but there is a possible future where dad outlives mom.
Hmm.
Is he living with you?
He's living with you.
Ah! What? Yeah, how am I
What?
going to get him to LA?
Uh, he's not coming to live with me?
You think he's going to come to Los Angeles, California? Hell no.
I don't know. What am I? I don't want to think about
He's
that.
living with you.
No.
Yes, he is. Okay, let me switch gears for a second here. We've talked about our parents a little bit. I want to talk about your kids. We were going to try and have your son Roman on today, but he had some schoolwork and stuff. I still would love to get him on the show at some point because I'm so curious to hear from him what
Okay.
he thinks about what he calls Mimi and Monkey, his
Hmm.
grandparents, our
Yeah.
parents,
Yeah.
and just politics in general. But like, what has been your experience with your kids with relation to mom and dad and their political views? I assume all three of your kids are very liberal.
They are. It's been hard for them because both sets of grandparents are conservative.
Mm,
Um, and like they've kind of had to endure some things on both sides. And so they kind of feel, I think, cheated out of like the grandparent experience a little bit.
yeah.
Um, so I mean it's been hard for them and I hate seeing it and I don't want to be the parent that like forces them to go, during holiday to go see this set or the other if they just really don't fucking want to.
Yeah.
So it's been hard. The kids love all their grandparents, like they love mom and dad. They understand, like they watch the podcast, like they know all about it, but it is a lot more difficult for them to kind of accept the shit that they say than it is for me.
Hmm.
And I don't force them to do that because they're their own people. So it's been hard for them. I don't know. They still love mom and dad, but like when they hear some of the shit that comes out of dad's mouth
Mm.
specifically, it's like, well, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You know? That's
Yeah.
that's a that's a hard thing for a fucking kid to hear their grandparents say. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, so there are times where they just, I don't know, kind of turn it off and try to ignore it.
Hmm.
Uh, as long as they don't talk politics, like when the kids are in their house, like it's kind of a non-existent issue. Um,
Well, I remember there was a time when your kids were much younger that mom and dad just had like loaded guns in their nightstands and shit.
yeah, when they were like toddlers.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I had to beg them to like unload the guns.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know. Mom and dad have always been really overbearing, I think.
No
And
shit.
well, when I became a parent, when I had kids, like my thought process was like, okay, they're going to be grandparents now. And
Yeah.
that means that I'm the parent and like I'm the authoritarian to my own children.
Hmm.
And in the beginning, it was just like they undermined everything I did. You're doing it wrong, that kind of shit. And so at some point, I just had to like tune it out, turn it off, like stop asking for opinions. That was really hard for me as a new parent because they're my kids. Like, I want to raise
Yeah.
them, they're my kids. And so having mom and dad kind of like "Rah, rah, rah," all the time was really draining. As the kids have gotten older, it's gotten much better
Well,
because
you
my
guys
kids,
live further away too. You used to
yeah,
live literally like on the same street as
yeah,
them, you know?
we
And
live
I
really
remember
close.
that when you
Yeah,
first had Roman, mom and dad were at your house literally 24 hours a day. Teach
yeah,
him
that
to
was
play
hard.
baseball.
That was hard. Well, also that it was like they were reliving, what they did to us.
Absolutely.
And I just said,
Absolutely.
Full stop, fucking no.
Yeah.
Roman hates sports. What's a
Uh-huh.
fucking sports ball? He didn't want to play baseball. Like,
Yeah.
they're just not, they're not me. They're not you. Uh, they have that problem even still today, like not
Mm.
allowing people to just like be themselves. So I don't know. It's been a weird ride with mom and dad as grandparents,
Hmm.
but they've been great. I mean, it hasn't all been like weird or bad or anything like that. They're
Yeah.
always supportive now of like what the kids do, and They've helped us immensely with paying for things for our
Mhm.
kids. Like mom and dad have been super supportive as grandparents. It's just been like really interesting, I guess. You don't ever really know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Well, I think mom and dad too are people that, they really were. How old were they when they met? Like 15 years old or something.
Yeah, young
And they've
teens.
been together for their entire lives. So their
Hmm.
family, that kind of like group, has been everything to
Us.
them.
Yeah.
Their entire reason for living. Like I don't think dad he enjoyed his job or whatever, but I don't think it was like his dream
Yeah.
to trade natural gas weather futures, I think that was just something like he liked numbers to some degree and was pretty good at it and kind of
Right.
became that. I don't think mom's dream was to be a PE teacher at an elementary school. She just
No.
kind of like liked working with kids and like you're saying was athletic in college and liked to be active, and so it kind of fit well with her for a while and being a tennis coach at a high school and all that stuff. But I
Hmm.
think like we were their primary focus of everything. And
Yeah.
so when we leave, when we become adults, and when we start our own lives, it's like their entire reason for existence is now gone. And they have to
Hmm.
figure out what the fuck is it going to be. And the fastest thing for them and easiest thing was like, oh, our daughter just had a kid. There's our new kid. And then all of that energy that they've been kind of pent up inside them for however long it was from when you left to college to when you had your first kid, which was
Yeah.
probably what, about 5 or 6 years,
Yeah. Something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
That just all came out in a fucking tidal wave on Roman. You're gonna play baseball,
Yeah. 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 But they love the kids.
Yeah,
It is what it is. I don't know. It's not all great, but it's not all bad. Just like I think with most grandparents, I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know. It's been all right.
All right. Well, let me shift gears now. I want to talk about politics with you. None of the big issues this week. I think I know where you stand on everything. I think you know where I stand. But I want to ask you just like some general ideological questions. Some of these we asked in that very first episode that we did back 3 years ago or whatever. But I think
Hmm.
there's a lot of new viewers for the show and stuff. So for some of them, I would like to just kind of reestablish some of your baseline attitudes. I'll start with this one. You mentioned that you are now the authoritarian. Do you think right now the United States is an authoritarian country?
Yeah.
100%.
Yes. I mean, we've got like military in DC,
But the
but
courts are saying that his use of military in Los Angeles and DC is illegal.
okay, what have they done about it?
I don't, well, that is the second part of this is like the enforcement of that. But at least, like in a true authoritarian country, the court system is not ever checking the president or whatever, the prime
They
minister,
like don't
whatever the
matter,
thing is.
period. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they help him get whatever he wants. They only side with him in every decision. So far,
Hmm.
the courts here are not doing that. Yes, they have given him some big, insane victories. Like he can't be prosecuted for a crime if he's doing something in service of defending the country, whatever the fuck that means. But this week, a bunch of big legal things did not go his way. The tariffs got ruled illegal. I think all of them almost across the board.
Hmm.
Or not Guantanamo Bay, Alligator Alcatraz. They're saying you got to shut it down.
Shut down.
They tried to stop the deportation of, I think it was
600.
600 kids. No,
Yeah.
was it 600 kids?
Yes.
Okay, so they tried to stop that. So there are legal decisions being handed down that are against his agenda. That
Yeah.
to me, again, whether it can be enforced or not is, remains to be seen, or how they're going to react to it and all this. But at least in a very public way, there is one branch of the government that is saying, no, you can't do this. In effect, is it an authoritarian country? Yes, I agree with you 100%. But I don't know if on paper it is quite yet.
Well, it certainly feels like it to me. I live in a state where women cannot get abortions
Hmm.
if you are even mailed like the pills that cause abortion. Whoever sent it to you can be sued by anyone who like knows about it. Like in Texas, you can't get an abortion or you go to fucking
Yeah.
prison. That's crazy shit.
Hmm.
Trans people don't exist here. Like they're calling it fraudulent. They can put them in jail
For
essentially.
what now?
Being transgender. Like
how does
if you're driving and your license doesn't match, what they perceive your gender to be, they can charge you with fraud and put you in jail in the state of Texas.
what's the
There's like
fraud?
saying that you're someone you're not if your gender does not match on your license because you now your gender marker had to be changed in Texas to
What the
whatever.
fuck? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Jesus.
whatever you were born, like whatever gender, was on your birth certificate. If that does not match your driver's license, then they will put you in jail for fraud. You can now not use, I think it's any kind of government building and public school bathrooms. You must use whatever gender you were born at birth assigned. Um, if you use the bathroom that you want to use, you can go to jail, and it is a $125,000 fine. So there's an attack on trans people, an attack on gay people, an attack on women, fucking immigrants. I feel like I am definitely living under authoritarian rule. I feel like democracy is dead. Every day I wake up like, do I want to live in this country anymore? I don't want to be here. It's
Yeah.
fucking terrifying. The stories that I saw of one high schooler comes home and tells me, so and so said this to my best friend who she has like a Latina best friend, said, we're going to call ICE on your grandpa. Like shit like that. N word being yelled in the fucking hallways of a high school.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like Billie Eilish used to be good, but then she came out as gay. Now she sucks. Shit like that, just all day long in high school. It's like all
Yeah.
these fucking assholes have just been emboldened by all of these ridiculous policies that are being passed, specifically in the state of Texas. This is like the worst state to live in. There's like 10 commandments in all of the public school classrooms.
God.
Librarians, it was something about they can now basically choose what books your kids are reading and take out any book they want from the library in your schools. No DEI shit.
But like
So
that library thing to me, when they're like, "Oh my God, they're banning these books in schools," I'm like, "There's the internet. Who gives a fuck?" There's like a little bit of a stupidity about these, what I perceive to be like performative conservative actions to be like, "This we must ban." To Kill a Mockingbird or whatever the book, whatever
right,
the things are. It's like, but okay, you can get it for free on the fucking internet
but
in
it's the
any number
principle.
of places, you know?
It's the principle behind it, though. They're filling classrooms with people like that teaching
Yeah.
my kids, and so that's they're not going to learn what they need to learn in school anymore. They're just going to push agendas, and that's a terrifying feeling. I'm fucking thankful that I only have 2 more years left in public school, then we're out.
Out of Texas, you mean?
Out of public schooling.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I don't know. I hate it here. I hope Donald Trump dies. But even if he dies, does that really matter?
I believe it does.
You do?
Yeah.
Just because he's the face of it all?
Yes. And I
Yeah.
do think, for whatever you want to say about Donald Trump, I'm not a fan, but he has a very specific and valuable talent, which is the grift. He
Mm-hmm.
lies to people. And I think there's a big percentage of the population that can see through it and be like, this guy is fucking totally lying. He's just trying to suck your money or trying to do this,
Yeah.
trying to. Like, I don't actually think he believes in the ideology of anything he's doing.
No, he doesn't. He's unaware. I don't even think he
Yeah.
gets it. Yeah, he's
he's
stupid.
he's just the front man for the worst band of all time, basically.
I
But
mean,
the
yeah.
the guy on the drums is the one writing on the music, and that's like Stephen Miller and all the Project 2025 people. And I think JD Vance is like very plugged into that and the techno
Hmm.
billionaires, and he's friends with all of them. But I don't think JD Vance or whoever they're going to put up next, that person is just going to be like a standard run of the mill politician.
Yeah.
Trump is something different. He's like a showman. He's a reality star. He's a WWE wrestler. He comes from, in quotes, outside of politics. And I think that mix of whatever he is was just kind of a perfect thing for a big enough percentage of the population to win the swing states in 2016,
Hmm.
and we're where we are now. And maybe the election has been completely corrupted at this point. I don't know. You might think it is or been hacked. I'm starting
Hmm.
to believe that more and more with each passing day.
I do. I
So
do.
yeah, it may not matter, but if you get to a point where it's like, okay, JD Vance now has to win an election, really? I don't
So
think we're gonna sit by and watch that lie be told.
do you think though, like the flip side, they're going to try to come up with some kind of celebrity for the other side for Dems? Like who is that? Because it's got to be
No,
a strong front runner.
I think Gavin Newsom is in the lead now because of the basically the trolling that he's doing to
Yeah.
Trump.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
working. Like
Yeah.
he's playing his own game, and just like every time the Republicans feign offense at whatever he's done, he's like, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
He's playing Trump's playbook better than Trump is at this point.
Yeah.
So maybe he's in the lead. I don't know, but I do think we're going to have a wild primary season with the Democrats. I think they're going to throw a bunch of candidates out there, which is great. That's what they need to
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, my next question, I guess, is what do you think a post-Trump America looks like?
Just fuck, like rebuilding everything.
But what happens to the people who voted for him, to the people who worked for him? What happens to the ICE officers right now who are committing crimes against people in our country?
Well, I mean, my hope is that they all get what's coming to them.
Which
They
is
should
what?
be put on trial. You should
Okay.
be fucking put in jail. Like all of these people are criminals. And they are, they're criminals.
Mhm.
What they're doing is criminal activity. So they like the fucking trials after Nazi Germany.
But who starts that in your mind? It's Democrats saying, "Okay, we're back in power. Now it's time to prosecute every ICE officer."
Because you may not even know who they are. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who starts that.
Beyond not knowing who you are, Democrats are not good at that type of a game. They're not good at being like,
Yeah, they're patsies. They don't do shit.
yes, exactly. They'll get in power and, okay, finally, back to business as usual. That's kind
Hmm.
of what Joe Biden did. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
he was like a bad president necessarily. I think he did do some good things. His main thing that he did poorly was the exit. Obviously, he ran saying he was only going to be a one-term president, and then he was like,
Yeah.
"Nope, let me do it again." Oh, just
Yeah.
kidding, I'm too old. Like he fucked that whole thing way up, and I think for a big part of why we are where we are now has to do with that. Unless the election was hacked, then it doesn't matter what the Democrats do. But I think a post-Trump America is I don't know. It's hard to really like pace out exactly what's going to happen once he dies because I don't think there's a post-Trump America with him alive.
Hmm.
Whether he's in politics or not, he will be ever present in the conversation until he dies.
Yeah.
But do Trump supporters have a change of heart at some point? Do they pretend they didn't vote for him once it becomes like very clear he was a Hitler-esque figure? Do they remain stubborn about their allegiance? I feel like that's what Dad would do. I don't know.
I'm more worried about like Greg Abbott, he runs Texas.
Mm.
I want people like that to be held accountable for all the shit that they've done. Uh, so I think on a state level, like people need to be prosecuted because some of this shit is criminal.
Mhm.
So I don't know. MAGA supporters, I think it ends when Donald Trump ends. I think they just kind of like fizzle out and
Yeah,
dissipate and like, I'm a Republican. I'll vote Republican on a ticket. But I think like the whole MAGA persona, like it dies when he dies.
I totally agree. I don't think JD Vance is going to be able to sell millions of dollars worth of sneakers and cologne
No,
like Trump can.
no.
But I'm very mixed about it. I don't think he'll have like the same kind of strength as a leader of a cult of personality that Trump has, but I think he's like more devious and more kind of a traditional malevolent being. Like he
Yeah.
really is plugged into the Peter Thiel and all the what do they call it? It's the dark Renaissance. He's in that where
Hmm.
they really want to like reshape America into an all white ethnically cleansed techno kingdom or whatever with the richest people at the top. He is very into that. That's why he is the vice president. Like this is all designed by those 2025 authors to eventually get their guy in charge who like knows what the fuck is doing. Right now Trump is kind of their puppet and they've got to push him this way and that way. We saw Elon Musk literally in the White House almost
Yeah.
every day trying to do that and it didn't work because Trump has a crazy ego and he's not really down for the cause. He's down for his own cause. And so they have to put up with him grifting on selling his Bibles and all this kind of shit. And they're just like, oh, rolling their eyes. But like, as long as he passes the laws they need passed, they're
Yeah, it
fine with
doesn't
it,
matter.
which he's doing, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think about this a lot because I do think we're getting close to a time where he will be gone. I mean, even if he survives this entire term, there's going to be some kind of an election. Whether it's real or not, we don't know, but there will be one. Like, I don't think he can just be like, no election, sorry, no more elections. That won't fly. But
Will there ever be like a fucking revolution? I feel like that's what's necessary. An
who's
overall
going to do it?
government. I don't know. Apparently no one, because I feel like we're at that point. I feel
I
like
agree.
when we do that, like when you see ICE on the
Yes.
streets and the military on the streets, like this is when that happens.
But
But
that's what Trump
nobody's doing
wants.
it.
That Trump and I mean he definitely wants authoritarian control, and I think they want that too.
Yeah.
That's like where they're really super aligned, the billionaires and the Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants somebody to attack an ICE officer. He's waiting for it, and then
Yep.
boom, martial law. I
Yep.
take control of everything now.
Yeah.
If that happens, then maybe there will be some. But I mean, like, what even is the Civil War? It's ICE versus just people.
Yeah.
Guerrilla style missions into the street to kill ICE officers or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But like, you saw this thing. I'm sure they raided that factory and took 600 or
Yeah.
however many people, 750 South Koreans. Just like, fuck you, we're deporting you.
Yeah.
They just decimated that business. That business is over. Whatever
Yeah.
it was, I forget. They manufactured something. If that can happen and nobody is trying to stop them and
Nothing.
fight them,
Right.
like what? Who's
Right.
going to fight them ever?
I don't know.
It's going to be one isolated incident where like a mom punches an ICE officer because they're ripping a baby out of her hand or something, but that won't be enough to start like a full scale revolution. I just don't think. I hate to say it, but like I don't think we got it in us as a
I don't either.
society.
It's what needs to happen. But like you said, I don't think we aren't the French, okay?
Yeah,
We're just
exactly.
not. We're just not. They're fucking wild. They'll put
I
it on the
agree.
line, and they have. We just
100%.
don't. We just don't. We're complicit. Nobody cares.
Yeah. There's a new season of NFL starting.
Yeah, exactly. Taylor Swift's getting married.
Well, speaking of
It,
Taylor Swift, let's switch to that. Let me ask you this. Are there good billionaires?
oh God, this is something that I no. No, you can't have $1 billion and like be sugar spice and everything nice. It's just not
I
possible.
agree with
It's
you.
not possible. I love Taylor Swift. I'm a Swiftie. I love the albums and the lore, and I can't get enough. And I buy the cardigans, and I went
Yeah.
to the concert, and like I fucking love Taylor Swift. But at the end of the day, it's like she's a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
A billionaire. And you see like all of her good deeds, that she publicizes, and like she did a concert for a woman with cancer, and like she's
Mm-hmm.
donating money, and it's all like it's planted publicity.
100%.
And it works on me because I'm like, that's kind. She's a kind billionaire, that's kind.
Her and
But
Oprah are the only good
yeah,
ones.
it's so kind. But at the end of the day, you're a fucking billionaire. That
Yeah.
shouldn't exist.
Correct.
It shouldn't exist. And
100%.
so it's
100% correct.
yeah.
To me, a billionaire, really like $100 million, even that is fucking
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
If you have that amount of money, and I'm not even suggesting like you give it all away to charities, create your own charity, whatever's interesting to you,
Right.
but put effort toward the progress of something instead
Right.
of accumulating this wealth that is
Yeah.
just sitting in your bank account so you can buy another house or take another trip or whatever. Like, I really have, since a very young age, viewed humanity in its relationship to money in this very specific way. That is, there is an array of things you can do and have access to on this planet in the time you are alive.
Mm-hmm.
There is a number that is associated with you that represents nothing. It's proxy. It is not backed by silver, by no commodity at this point. We are living in a fiat currency system where that number is completely abstract. But if
Mm-hmm.
your number is high enough, you get to do everything. If your
Yeah.
number is low enough, you don't get to do shit. And that
Right.
even includes healthcare, being able to
Right.
eat, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
And it just is the most fucked up system in the world. And as a billionaire, if you don't see, I mean, fuck, just go out and give $100,000 to a person every day. You can do
Right.
that forever
Right.
if you're a billionaire.
Right.
It is disgusting to me.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone who has $1 billion, I think is at core, a fucking horrible person,
Yeah.
including Taylor Swift, Oprah, whoever. I just don't think there's like a sound argument to be made in any case that a single person having $1 billion is deserved or that they should have it and we should all be okay with that. That to
Yeah.
me is where the real fucking problem is with all of this. And because those people run the governments of the world now, not just the
Correct.
United States.
Yeah.
Their bigger goal, and you're seeing it with Palantir, you're seeing it with Elon Musk and Starlink, is to get government contracts from every big world government to get their technology into all those computers, to have all the data on the
Mm-hmm.
globe about people so that they can reorganize us however they see fit. It's
Yeah.
about control.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's something that I think about all the time. Like when the new album drops, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear her music. But in the back of my mind, it's always like she's a fucking billionaire, and I
Yeah,
know what those tickets cost, and I know that they don't have to, and I
of
know that you
course.
didn't have to put out 20 albums with different covers, and I know that you didn't have to do all this shit. Like it's all just a money making venture, and I recognize that.
Mhm.
Um, but I love her music. I don't know, and I
I'm
like,
not, of course, I'm not discounting her art. I
yeah,
think she's a fantastic artist and fantastic marketing and all of that shit. You can
yeah,
make $1 billion. That's
yeah.
great. I don't
But
have any qualms with that. It's what do you do with that fucking money?
it's true. It's true. And like you'll read the reports how she's building onto her, palatial $50 million mansion, and how
Yep.
Travis Kelce is now worth, so much more money and all this shit. And it is distasteful to think that you could write a check and change so many people's lives,
Hmm.
but instead you build that fourth wing on your mansion.
But it's to me like there's an idea with the billionaires. I don't know if Taylor Swift has this or not, but all the tech bro billionaires do. They
hmm
have these giant bunkers
Yeah.
in like Iceland and New Zealand, these places that they think can survive basically a nuclear holocaust.
Yep.
They have all built their escape plans. So
Yep.
they're not using their money to try and avert that crisis, to try and change the trajectory of humanity so that that doesn't happen. They're
Right.
planning for the eventuality. Fuck the rest of humanity. I'll be in my bunker.
Yeah.
They already psychologically have isolated themselves from humanity in such a drastic way that they're planning for the death of us all and how they'll survive it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if she has that bunker, Taylor Swift specifically, but I would bet she does.
I mean, with $1 billion,
These
I'm
people hang
sure.
out with each other. They go to
Right.
these parties, they go to these things where it's only billionaires and you're in the same room with them. And it's like, oh, what have you been up to? Oh, I built my bunker in New Zealand. How about you? Oh, you got a bunker in
hmm
New Zealand? What's that about? Oh, here,
Yeah.
I'll hook you up with my bunker guy. Like, they're all doing it. I would not be surprised if she has something like that, some kind of an escape plan in mind. But again, it's like the grotesqueness of it to me is not that they
hmm
have, or it is that they have the bunker. Sorry, it's that they don't take their amazing resource, the power they have to do literally anything because their number is high enough,
Right.
and turn that back on humanity and say, wait a minute, this is fucked.
Yeah.
Let's make this better. Like, there is no hope at this point, I feel like, or at least no one talking about it, about the idea of turning this world into a utopia.
Yeah.
That's
No.
such a distant glimmer. That used to be like an active thing that intellectuals and politicians and shit talked
hmm
about at one time in our
Yeah.
species evolution. Now it's just about like who's on top, give me all I can get, fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
And I just, we're heading into a very tumultuous time in terms of climate change, technological change, all kinds of stuff, redistribution of wealth. And it's like now's the worst time for that kind of attitude to be the prevailing one.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I can't excuse it. I can't excuse someone being a billionaire. I just
Mhm.
can't. I enjoy the music, and I will probably buy a ticket to another concert. Um, and that is where it ends for me. I'm a Swiftie. I like the music. But yeah, she is a billionaire. You're right. You can't excuse that. You just can't.
Yeah.
And I hate all the other billionaires, so it would make sense that, I feel a certain way toward her having that much money. I don't know. I guess for me, it's different because all of these other billionaires are men,
Mm-hmm.
um, who do nefarious shit
Mm-hmm.
openly.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift has acquired all of this wealth through her art, probably like stepping on people to get there as well. Like, you can't become a billionaire just always being kind. Um, but the thought that, like, I guess finally there's a woman
Mm-hmm.
at the top, like something about that kind of like connects with me. You're not just another fucking man, and she doesn't seem villainous. Uh,
That's the worst kind, in my opinion.
yeah, which you're right. Is this? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. We know Mark Zuckerberg is just a fucking piece of shit. We know Elon
Yeah,
Musk is a fucking horrible
yeah,
pile
of
of
course.
shit with a weird dick. We
Right, right,
know that.
right. But I have never felt that way toward Taylor Swift. And there was
Yeah.
a time where she was just like famous. She was
Mm-hmm.
famous.
Yeah.
She was maybe like, had like $20 million or something. And that actually wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. I know.
And then something fucking catapulted her. She has an
Yeah.
ability to write music that really resonates with large groups of people. Like, her demographic is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody loves a Taylor Swift. So she has this capability to kind of tune into emotions and how people feel. And all of her albums are like so self reflective, and she puts all of her shit out there, and people eat that up.
Yeah.
So she earned her spot, at the top in the music industry. She earned that shit.
Of course.
So, I love when women win. I
Mm-hmm.
love to see that shit celebrated. I love that millions of people love what this woman does.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got a message that is quite clear, and I
Sure.
appreciate it. But like you said, she is a billionaire. She's
Right.
a billionaire.
Take all that stuff you just said, because I agree with you on all that. I'm blown away by her approach to making art, how much of it she makes, the
It's
audience size she
crazy.
has. None of that goes away if she gives
Yeah,
all of her money away.
right.
Imagine how much better she would be if she's like, yes, I've made $1 billion. I'm carving down to 50 million, which is what I need to live every year. Even that's insane. Like,
Yeah,
can you imagine? You could do anything you want on 50 million and give all the rest to charity, or start your own charity, or give it to your fans in a big giveaway, or whatever.
right, right.
Imagine how much more popular she would be if she did
Hmm.
that.
Right.
You wouldn't have this lingering resentment or like questioning, should I be a fan of this person or not? Because
Yeah.
to hoard that amount of resource in this
Hmm.
era where resources starting to become depleted, especially for the people at the bottom of the fucking pile,
Yeah.
is it's just it's incredibly selfish.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I even like we'll sit here, because one of my kids is a Swiftie, and we wait for the drop. We watch the countdown. It's like, oh my God, what is she gonna do? There's a
Yeah.
lock, it's orange, oh my God. And like we're just sitting there, and then she drops the album, and my kid's like, should I pre-order? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, get that album. So she'll pre-order the album, and then literally 2 days later, there's another lock. What is she gonna do? And it's just another album and a cover and a fucking
Mm.
cardigan and a t-shirt, and it's like, you don't have to do all that.
You know who else
Why are
does
we
that?
doing that? Who?
Donald Trump.
Trump. Yeah, it's like, you don't.
It's a grift. She's grifting her fans. That's what Trump does too.
Yeah, so I mean, I do accept that that is what that is.
Hmm.
I'm only buying the one album. I'm not. I'm, I'm only a little grifted.
Yeah.
I love the lore. I love that she does this for her fans. Like, there is a large part of her where, like, this is her art, and
Yeah, the
she,
marketing is kind of part of it too. I agree.
yes, this is her art. And like, as someone who has to promote a business, and like your brand is
Hmm.
yourself, like, I fucking love it. Like, I love it. I
Hmm.
get so excited when she's gonna drop a new album, or like we gotta wait for her to fucking give us an Easter egg or whatever. I'm like, it's brilliant. Like, she's so smart.
But imagine if that second lock was
Yes,
free.
I know.
You bought the first album here, you get the second one for nothing.
Right,
Like
right.
it's no consequence to her to do that. But
I
she
know.
doesn't do that. It's
I know.
everything is for pay with her.
I know. Yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
I think the Travis Kelce thing is fake.
I still don't think it's fake. I think that they are actually together. I think they actually are going to get married. They love each other. Definitely a prenup, though. Like she's a billionaire.
Hmm.
Definitely signing prenups. Um, and it's a little transactional. Like he's getting shit
A
out of this.
little. The
Yeah.
NFL is getting shit for those televised games that she was at last year had
But
the
that I
highest
don't
fucking ratings of any
I
NFL game in
yes,
history.
yes, and she turned it around, but I still don't think that was planned. I think she just touched it and it's gold. This bitch can touch anything. It could
Yeah.
have been the NFL, the NBA, it could have been any fucking sport
Hmm.
or another musician or like whatever. If it was Harry Styles again, like whatever she touches, because that fan base is like, if it's Taylor Swift, I love it. It doesn't
And
matter
how do
what
they
she.
feel, or how do you feel about Travis Kelce's supposed MAGA connections?
I hate Patrick Mahomes.
Hmm.
Like his wife has come out and said like some racist shit. And he's fucking black. I was like, are you
Yeah.
Jesus Christ? Like his wife is racist and they have children together.
Yeah.
And like she's MAGA and all this shit. So like, yeah, gross, fucking disgusting. Travis Kelce and like the kicker, that
Hmm.
motherfucking kicker talking about like you belong in the kitchen, pregnant and barefoot and all this
Yeah.
shit at a college speech to young women. Like, get fucked. So yeah, like fuck all these guys. Travis Kelce, I've only ever heard what he has said, and he has said on the podcast um, that he's not Trumpy,
Hmm.
and she endorsed Kamala Harris and all this shit. So, in essence, I guess it's guilt by association. Uh, can you really like not be friends with the people on your football team? Can you do that?
I
I don't know.
don't. Ugh, it's tough.
Can you
I
do
don't know.
that?
I don't.
So I
I
don't I
don't
don't
know.
know. I
Maybe.
only I only know what I read and I only know what he said.
Hmm.
And I've been led to believe that he is not Trumpy himself. But yeah, half the Kansas City Chiefs are like fucking
Yeah.
Donald Trump all the way. So it's fucking disgusting. I don't know. I wouldn't be caught at the birthday party of this racist bitch who endorses Donald Trump. Taylor Swift is best friends with her.
Hmm.
I wouldn't do that.
That's what
So
I'm
I don't
saying.
know. I think they're way too like keep the peace like I'm Switzerland. No, make a fucking stand. Don't be friends with those fucking Trumpers.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. But again, it's my best friend. We're on the football team, bro. Like, can you do that? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta like clean cut, let people go. But I don't think he can because he's on a team with him.
But she can't either because
Right.
half of her fan base is MAGA.
Are they?
You don't think there's MAGA people that buy her shit?
I don't know because during the when the election was going on, because she endorsed Kamala Harris, I felt like she lost that whole group of people.
Maybe.
Like dad fucking hates Taylor Swift because of it. Like hates.
That's right. You're right. She lost dad. Dad was a Swifty prior
And
to this.
mom was like, I don't know. So I feel like she completely
Yeah.
fucking just diminished MAGA. They don't like Taylor Swift.
Hmm.
And I've been to her concert and it doesn't feel conservative at all.
Yeah.
Like it's the girls and the gays, period. Little
Yeah.
kids and like their dads and shit. Like there aren't any,
All right.
Trump paraphernalia at a Taylor Swift concert.
Well, maybe she's not MAGA. Well, that is going to conclude this episode. Thank you for doing this with me. I hope that next week we're going to have mom and dad back on, hopefully, and potentially a special guest. Very
Mm-hmm.
interesting special guest. We'll see. Hopefully, mom and dad will be back. But thank you, Haley, for doing this with me.
Yeah, yeah.
And thank you for having done this with me for 3 years at this point.
I didn't realize it had been that long. Doesn't seem like it.
Well, we started it in 2022, which was like, I think we started it right at the tail end of the lockdown,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know. My whole sense of time is completely fucked up since
Me too.
the pandemic. I
Yeah.
like a year passes and I'm like, was that a month? That I have
Mm-hmm.
no kind of like ability to anchor myself temporally anymore because that lockdown was such a weird fucking time. But I find
Yeah.
myself now thinking back on it fondly and missing some of the weird shit that I got to do because the city was empty.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, weird time. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Thank you, all of you, for joining us for this very special episode. And yeah, like I said, we'll be back next week with hopefully Mom and Dad, hopefully special guests.
Yep.
Bye.
All right. Bye.